We've been taught that being delusional is a flaw, a mental mistake, but look at the people who actually shape the world. You'll realize that reality is a choice, and most people, they're simply choosing the wrong one. See, delusional self-belief is not a denial of reality. It's a refusal to let current reality dictate your ceiling, and that distinction changes everything. If you study the people who reshape industries, redefine art, or bend probability in their favor, you'll notice something unsettling. They believed in an outcome long before there was evidence to justify it. Not optimism, not confidence, certainty. And that certainty came first. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. Reality doesn't care about being realistic. It rewards the most committed. Your brain is not a neutral observer. It's a prediction machine. Every action you take is downstream of what you believe is possible for you. If you believe something is unlikely, your behavior quietly aligns to confirm that belief. If you believe something is inevitable, your behavior reorganizes itself to make that inevitability easier to reach. This is where delusion becomes power, because belief doesn't just change how you feel. It changes what you notice, what you attempt, what you tolerate, what you persist through when the feedback is negative. Most people wait for proof before belief. Winners invert that order. They decide first, this is who I am, this is where I'm going, and then they force reality to catch up. And yes, from the outside, it looks irrational, but here's what's actually happening beneath the surface. When you hold a strong internal identity, I am the kind of person who succeeds at this, your brain stops debating and starts executing. You don't negotiate with resistance. You don't endlessly reevaluate. You don't ask, is this worth it? That internal debate is a trap. It drains you before you even start. Delusional self-belief collapses that debate into a single assumption. Of course I keep going. And once that assumption is locked in, the system becomes efficient. This is why two people can have the same talent, the same resources, the same opportunities, and end up in completely different places. One is constantly checking reality for permission. The other is acting as if permission was never required. But here's the nuance most people miss. Delusional self-belief does not mean ignoring feedback. It means interpreting feedback differently. Failure doesn't become evidence that you're not good enough. It becomes data. Delay doesn't become rejection. It becomes strategy. The belief stays fixed. The strategy adapts. That's the balance. Weak belief breaks under pressure. Strong belief bends reality by adjusting behavior while preserving identity. This is why delusional self-belief compounds over time. At first, it looks fragile, almost arrogant, but with repetition, something subtle happens. You start accumulating proof, not because the belief was accurate at the start, but because it forced you to stay in the game long enough to become accurate. And that's the part no one wants to admit. Most success stories are not the result of early competence. They're the result of someone being stubbornly committed to a version of themselves that didn't exist yet. They believed ahead of the curve. Now, there is a trap here. If belief is detached from effort, it becomes fantasy. If belief is paired with relentless action, it becomes destiny. Delusional self-belief only works when it demands consistency from you. It's not a mood, it's a contract. A contract that says, I will behave as the person I believe I am, especially on days when reality disagrees. Because reality always disagrees at first. Every meaningful transformation begins as a disagreement with the present. So the real question isn't whether delusional self-belief is rational. It's whether you're willing to endure looking irrational long enough for the belief to harden into truth. Most people aren't, and that's exactly why it works.